Quay. Morning, Reverend. 7:19 in the morning, West Coast time. I hope your systems didn't crash. It's July 23rd, 2024. For 5 days, I've been hearing it straight on this one, dude. You had to have been monitoring this. You had to have been, Reverend. Come on. That's been affecting everybody these days. Even if your computers are doing networking with other major corporations or companies like this, you notice that blue screen ahead. And then you had to reboot and have another computer technician see whether or not your software was reloaded properly or not. That's why I keep depending upon software on a disk. I miss those. We're so independent upon everybody else and dependent upon third parties to maintain our networks that even when they come into a data breach or they come into upgrade, and the upgrade is in syncing with the old software to override it to make the transition smooth. No, this one was just shit. Holy crap. This is scary for a lot of people, dude. This is scary for a lot of people. We talked about the human element that we're dealing with here. And there is a human element when it comes down for computers. I've been with them for too long. I grew up as an operator. CrowdStrike CEO to testify on global. About time. I gotta see that one. Took them long enough to get out their dead ass. Okay, let me see the news on this one. I want to see it. 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 Disruption all over, yeah. But I wanted to see where they're. No. Congress. I want to see the Congress. I saw that. I want to see the congressional hearing on this one. Great Waves, Washington Post. Oh, it took them that long to get it going. All right, let me see Detroit news on this one here. Okay. Ooh, they are messed up beyond all recognition on this one. Oh, I knew this was going to hit. This was this one I had it in my bones on this one here. Okay, borrowing information from Detroit ABC 7 and Detroit. But it seems like Congress is finally setting a hearing date on this. I want to see the bloodshed on this one. The political bloodshed. Hell, you should have seen the other one. When they were doing the Secret Service director. Oh, Reverend, you talk about wanting her head on a pike. They wanted blood. They wanted heads. They wanted answers, and they weren't getting them. And then they went insane. Oh my God, I was watching this. All of them want her gone out of the office. 2 years, you're incompetent. Rah, 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 rah. Look what happened there. Our president got killed. What are the representatives in there? In that particular hearing regarding the Secret Service director getting her ass handed to her on a on an iron platter, was trying to understand why everyone else is making the big fuss when everybody else outside of the news of Donald Trump getting shot. Okay, we got that one. Almost a week of it. But there's other people getting shot out there, and we don't have congressional hearings over it or anything concerning about the weapons. Oh no, his lordship Trump got nailed. How dare you, Malta? The gods of Congress here are angry with lightning and thunder. We are the power of Zeus. Mortar, you have earned this wrath. Take your punishment. And basically, I think the director was doing the bird. Oh, she was taking her lumps on this one, but I don't know whether or not if she was actually going to. I don't know if she actually was going to be able to handle us all. But there hasn't been any news that I have seen just yet. I am going through the news this morning and the local stuff. We've had shootings. We had more fires out here in California, Rev. One of which I had put on my channel and warned people about the fireworks situation out in Riverside County in California. We had a neighborhood go up. They couldn't get the fire department for over 30 minutes. We had a few houses destroyed, many injured, damaged because of the fire. I don't know if they got it all out or not. I hope so. But whoever started that fire with the fireworks, oh boy. They're trying to get as much information and evidence as they possibly can. I've warned him, 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 I've warned him. Do you think people listen to me? Oh, Lord. I even went off on a kid, actually two kids, who were starting fireworks at the same time the fire department's trying to alleviate damage from a firework. And these kids didn't live here. At least I don't think so. And I was just going, yelling and screaming at these damn kids, acting like a complete madman. I was mad. I was angry. I was pissed. I was being livid. I was seeing these kids doing this while there was a fire truck with three crew fighting the fire we couldn't even take care of because there was no way in hell we could have. No, I'm not going to put you through the map shit again. Sorry about language. But no, I yelled and screamed and chased him out. And I went back home, processed all the information I had, sent the information over to management's office, and I'm just like, these kids did not know what the hell they were doing. They didn't care. You talk about lack of empathy, man. I wasn't going for empathy. I was just going for a complete meltdown. If I had been a teenager, do I really need to complete that sentence? But I wasn't. I'm an adult. And out here in the state of California, it's illegal as hell. A long time ago, back in the late 60s, early 70s, my brother and I went to elementary school. You know, my brother was 8 years older than I was. We had the same elementary school we went to. And then when my brother was going there, he had to stop a principal from beating the crap out of him just on bogus charges. He got up beating kids. He was very statistical at that time. But I didn't realize that he was a statistical bastard until decades later when I was hearing talk from my brother. I had fond feelings and I liked the principal because he was a nicer guy, it seemed. But apparently my brother had gotten the earlier model one. He wasn't a nice guy. The local school board in the state of California out here passed, um, oh shit. Hold on.
Very near future. This, of course, not really a surprise.
She resigned.
Fallout that has occurred since the assassination attempt on former President Trump and her response to that fallout. She's been defiant at times. She was evasive in the many questions that she was asked during this hearing on Monday. But also, when you take a step back, Anna, and look at the way everything.
Okay, I'm getting signal loss on this one here. I'm putting it back on CNN. She left. Oh, CNN's not even doing it? Not even breaking news? Oh, you.
Offering up a number of alternative dates for her to appear.
Vaughn, I'm sorry to interrupt you. We have the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, speaking about this resignation right now. Let's listen.
Be very sober-minded about the responsibility and take into account the very dangerous times in which we live. We'll do
I'm getting
Secret
signal
Service,
degradation.
Kimberly Cheadle, the head of that agency, going before lawmakers just yesterday on the House Oversight Committee to answer their questions about the failures. She herself called it a failure on the day that this assassination attempt happened just about a week and a half ago in Butler, Pennsylvania, where ultimately Donald Trump was shot in the ear but managed to have non-life threatening injuries. One man was killed. Two others at that rally were also injured. And Ryan, let me come back to you because the bottom line here is it was a bipartisan call for her resignation after the hearing yesterday because of the lack of answers that they felt they received from her, the lack of transparency, and ultimately the lack of confidence in her leadership over this agency going forward.
Yeah, and I think it's important to point out, Anna, that there were a series of questions in the aftermath of this shooting that members of Congress wanted answered immediately. Like, for instance, how was it that a building could be less than 150 yards away from from where the president was going to be, and that the roof of that building be unsecured, not guarded? That was a simple question to a simple or a simple answer to a simple question. At least members of Congress viewed it as such. They wanted to know why it was outside the security perimeter, why it wasn't Secret Service that was responsible for that building, and if it were Secret Service who were responsible for that building, then who could it possibly be? And there just weren't direct answers to those questions, and so that was viewed by many members of Congress as an outright failure. That decision to leave that particular building unguarded, and so what they were looking for in this hearing yesterday was an explanation. Well, the reason that we
Here we got her
leave
blood.
this unguarded, or why that roof was not protected, is because of X, Y, and Z. This protocol that we use, we didn't have enough resources. We had extended that responsibility to local law enforcement. They didn't follow through on that execution. Director Cheadle couldn't answer any of those questions. Now, in her defense, this is not very long after the investigation. She said that the FBI was handling much of the criminal investigation into this, and that it could take as much as 60 days to get the answers to some of those questions. But one of the reasons that members of Congress were so frustrated is that these are problems that need to be fixed immediately. We are now at the heat of a campaign. You have a former president who is running for the office again. He now has a running mate, a vice presidential candidate who needs protection. You now have a current president who's no longer running for office, but now a current vice president who will more than likely become the nominee of the party. That is going to require a tremendous amount of effort by the Secret Service to make sure that every single event that these particular candidates are involved in are secure. So waiting 60 days to get answers to what went wrong is not nearly enough in the minds of many of these members of Congress because these changes need to be made immediately. And there was just a sense, talking to these members of Congress afterwards, that they didn't have confidence that Director Cheadle understood that urgency, that she was ready to implement reforms right away to fix this process. And so I think that's part of the reason that you saw both Republicans and Democrats come out so quickly and do it in a bipartisan way. They're trying not to make this a political issue, even though politics are involved in the people that are being protected. And it seems as though it just became too much for the director to handle. And at this point, she's made the decision that it's time to step down.
Ryan, thank you. We know you need to go do some additional reporting on this, but joining us now is Democratic Congressman from California, Robert Garcia, and thank you so much for
Okay, enough on the report. I don't know. You think it's been a slow news day? I was talking about years earlier. Um, we'll do a more private, intimate one a little bit later. This is public, and this has got to be going out there. So sorry about this one. This one's going to be a public letter here, but let me do the other one. So the Maltus.